Tori! I can't help but grin as I see Bej enter the room, and I jump up and run over to hug him. It's so good to see you again, I tell him. I think congratulations are in order, Bej says as he grins back at me. I heard you graduated from Iris Academy. It is true, I say happily. I am now officially smarter than you are. Psh, Bej says playfully as Melodia comes over to embrace me. Congratulations, Tori, she says gently. How are you doing? Good, I reply. I have only looked into the scrying orb once since our last conversation, but I didn't understand its meaning. I still don't think I do, but what's important is that Hieronymous supported me through it and sat on the floor beside me while I channeled. Oh? Melodia's eyebrows shoot up in surprise as she and Bej turn around to face him. I still don't believe in precognition, Hieronymous insists. But I told Tori that I would support her in all things, and I intend to keep my word. Bej looks back at me and grins, and I can't help but grin as well, biting my lip as I dig the toe of my shoe into the thick rug beneath my feet. Is this the girl? Melodia asks as she steps forward, and I quickly rush back to Becky's side on the couch. So this is what happened, I explain. I was waiting outside while Potsdam was dueling Hieronymous and the others in the gym. Another teacher disguised Becky to look like me using blue magic in order to distract her. However, Potsdam got the upper hand and tried to wipe my memories. While she was doing that, Hieronymous and Jason both attacked her at the same time, and she lost her focus. The attack didn't go on for very long, but Becky still hasn't woken up. Melodia kneels down by Becky's side as she puts both hands on either side of her temple. I want to ask her if she can do anything to help her, but it looks like she's already focusing, and I resist the urge. Instead, I just go around to Bej's side and grab his arm nervously. Who is she? Bej whispers to me. She's pretty. Oh? I ask as I raise an eyebrow, and Bej blushes as he looks away. Her name is Becky, I tell him. She used to be a servant girl at Miss Minchin's. I thought she might have been Potsdam's long-lost daughter because of a birthmark she had, but it turns out the birthmark was fake. We were only made to think that was Potsdam's daughter to try to improve her station. Anyway, Becky came with me back to Iris Academy to start learning magic. That's how I was re-enrolled. Are you sure you don't have memory loss? Bej teases. You already told me that in your letters. But I didn't know if you remembered, I insist. Okay, so anyway, it didn't matter if she was Potsdam's real daughter or not, because Potsdam just wanted to use Becky for her own nefarious plan. She was planning on wiping Becky's memories and putting her own in Becky's brain so she could take over her body. She was trying to create a younger Potsdam clone, I think. Now I understand what you meant when you called her evil last year, Bej replies as he shivers with disgust. To think of someone distorting magic that way. It's not just immoral. It's reprehensible. Well, she's gone now, I say with a sigh, and she can't hurt anyone else anymore. I want to say that's good, but nothing about this situation is good, Bej sighs, and I can't help but nod my head in agreement. But you and Hieronymous are okay. That is something to be thankful for. And my friends, I agree. But you're right. If she had hurt Hieronymous, I don't know what I would have done. And how are things? Bej asks, glancing over at Hieronymous. He's sitting in a nearby chair, just watching Melodia work with his hand steepled in front of him. In response, I hold up my hand to show off the ring. Whoa. Bej turns my hand back and forth so that the silver band catches the light. This is seriously cool. Did he make this for you? It was his mother's ring, I whisper so quietly that I'm not even sure any sound leaves my lips. I don't know why Potsdam had it, but it was in her office. Well, it's yours now, Beige replies, and I bob my head up and down. When he first tried to put it on me, it was huge, I explain. He spent over an hour using black magic to try to resize it himself while we were waiting for you guys to show up. I know he's said in the past that black magic isn't his specialty, but he is really bad. He made the ring so tight, I thought he was literally going to amputate my finger. Beige bursts out laughing and quickly puts both hands over his mouth to silence himself. I nervously glance over to Hieronymous, who just quirks up an eyebrow in response. I love it when he does that, and I can't help but bite my lip before I practically prance over to him, sitting down on his lap as I rest my head on his shoulder so I can discreetly kiss his jaw. Hieronymous just lets out a small hum of acknowledgement as he wraps an arm around me and runs his fingertips up and down the small of my back. I don't know how long we sit there for, but I'm starting to get hungry, and I'm about to suggest that Beige and I sneak off to get some food when Melodia suddenly falls backward as Becky sits up with a start, taking in a long gasp of air. Beige quickly rushes over to support his mother, but she just waves him away. Becky's eyes look frantically around the room before she settles on me. Miss? She asks at length. Oh, miss. Where am I, miss? It's okay, Becky, I say gently as I get to my feet. What do you remember? I was just in bed, sleeping in the attic when I had this horrible dream, I did. Her voice trails off as she shakes her head. But where am I now, miss? I oughtn't keep the missus waiting. She'll beat me good and proper if she thinks I'm shirking my duties, she will. She makes a move to get off the couch before she suddenly looks down at herself. What are these, miss? Where's my clothes? Her voice suddenly starts becoming more and more frantic. Where am I? What's happening? Where's my clothes? Her eyes suddenly roll back in her head as she slumps backward onto the couch, and Melodia quickly reclines her back into a seated position. She's all right, Tori, Melodia says gently, before I can even ask. She just fainted. We probably should have come up with a plan of what to tell her, I admit nervously. So Potsdam really wiped her memories then? When Potsdam looked into her mind, she would have realized immediately that she was not Tori, Melodia explains. It looks like she did her best to erase Becky's mind of her time at Iris Academy. She did not have time to touch on every memory, however, which is causing Becky a great deal of confusion now. So she thinks that everything that happened at Iris Academy was just a dream? I ask, and Melodia nods. Why would she do that? You will never understand the intentions of others with any more certainty than you will understand what you see in your visions, she explains as she stands up and turns to face us. If it is all right with you, I will take Becky in. Are you sure? I ask cautiously. She doesn't know who you are. She doesn't trust you. Trust is something that has to be earned, Melodia agrees. She will see that we mean her no harm in time. I will take her in. I will teach her. I have seen her past. Fear not, Tori. The life Becky previously led is far behind her. All right, I reply softly. I'm going to miss her, but I guess that means I have extra incentive to visit you both now. Of course, Beige says as he hits my arm playfully. Our annual holiday party is coming up. You have to come back and visit us again. I hesitate. Is Tobin going to be there? He has made amends with my family, Beige admits quietly as he dips his eyes. But Lavinia graduated from Iris Academy. She is also going to be there. Although my gut instinct tells me this means I should stay far, far away, I can't help but grin as I turn back to my husband. It looks like you're finally going to get to meet my arch nemesis. Hieronymous just rolls his eyes. We have already agreed that our enemy count has been reduced to 0. I thought we planned on keeping it that way. Close to 0, not at 0, I reply playfully as I hug his arm. Besides, what's life without a little drama?